Well, hello friends, welcome to Rework Videos. My name is William. So excited that today you have joined us. So excited that you are here with us so that we can talk about investing. Please note, advice given on this audio or video should not and must not be taken as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I registered with FISCA. One thing that we need to know and understand is that investing is all about information. Investing is all about information. If you are an investor, that means you need to be able to spend your time researching. You need to spend more time finding and looking for information that will be able to help you to make the next best move. So that's all an investor does. They don't just pop in and just invest money, but they research and they try and find out what the company is all about. They would research stuff like CEO, who's the COO, who is the executive, and what's the vision of the company, where the company is going, the goals of the company in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or even 10 years. What is it that they are aiming for? And after finding out that information, then you are able to sit down and look at the history of the company, how it has performed and how it will perform. You make predictions, you study their routine, you study how they pay off their dividends, you study how the shares are growing, and what causes the downfall of the share price. So you look at those things, then you make a decision based on the information that you have received. If need be, you can sit down and talk to people. You can also research online and check if the company is worth an investment. And after doing that, if you are satisfied and you feel like you believe in the company, then you can invest in it. I believe that in order for us to be successful as investors, I believe that in order for us to be able to attain or reach the goals that we want to achieve, we need to be able to put our time in researching. We need to be able to put our time in researching. See, a lot of people, whether young investors or medium, age-wise investors, I feel sometimes we just rush into investing. We just come in because we have that 100K, we want to invest it now. We just come in, look for a company and just throw in money, not thinking that tomorrow maybe that company might go through liquidation in the next 12 months. We don't look at those things. We don't look at how the company has been performing. We just throw in money in hopes that we will make money. And that's not how investing works. And it's not like lotto, where you throw in your 3 rand, your 5 rand, and hope to make 1,000 rand. No, it doesn't work like that. What you do is that you have to put in the work. What is the work? Finding out the history of the company and where the company is going. That's what investing is all about. And in Rewake videos, we pride ourselves in helping people, in terms of giving them tools that will help them to research, especially, people that just got in and just say, hey, I want to know more about investing. How can I invest? How can I find companies that pay dividends? How can I invest in a particular company which is outside of South Africa? How can I do those things? And we will give you tools that will help you to get to that point, right? So if you study a behavior of an investor, they wake up early, they research, they spend time focusing on a particular company. They would spend a week, they would spend a month, they would spend 3 months looking at one particular company. And when that particular company impresses them and it gives them the hope that that company will grow, then they will invest in that company. And if you ask them who's the CEO of that company, they will answer you. If you ask them who's the COO, they will answer you where the company is going, because they have made a proper research for the past 3 months. And now they have found it worthy for them to be able to invest in that company, right? So, if you just got in and you're saying to yourself, I want to be an investor, that's what you need to think of. Look at my previous video. my previous videos, you would find that I give you tools, whether it be it easy equities, whether it be it websites, whether be it navigating through apps and so forth. I give you information that will be able to assist you as a potential investor for you to be able to get into investing, right? So today, what fascinated me is, I was listening to a prominent radio station today, and one of the conversations that they were having was that it would be great for us to be able to know the next move of the JSE. But when you look at the JSE works with numbers, right? They don't even know if a particular company next week will be better than another company, right? So they just work with numbers. When they answer the question, what's going to be the best company to invest in next week or next month or next year, they would look at previous data that they have, and then they will make a decision, and they will tell you that, okay, this is what we think. But when you do your own research, you'd see that, not precisely, even financial advisors will tell you that it's not precisely spot on. They just estimating. That's why when you go onto their website, they will give you a lot of data for you to be able to, put in, for you to be able to work with, calculate, and see, take the money that you want to invest and compare it with the previous dividend yield of that particular company, and be able to see how much you'll make. Then after that, you would invest based on that, right? So, but today, because I was inspired by that question, what is the next best move? What is the next best company? I decided to go online and make a bit of research and see the companies that performed well today, right? Today, or this week. And those companies, maybe they might be a potential for you to be able to make money through. And I would encourage you, like I said with my previous video, that in order for you to be able to make money, you have to, especially when you just stepped into investing, you have to invest in what is popular. You have to invest in the big companies, the top 40 companies in the JSE or New York Stock Exchange, top 40, top 100, things that you know will give you back your money, whether you are a long-term or short-term investor. So in so saying, the companies that came to mind when I was doing my research that popped out were the regular companies, right? But they're not as regular as everyday. As we know that ABSA is one of the biggest banks in South Africa. They hold a portfolio of property. It's a big bank, right? You are sure that when you invest in ABSA, you will make money in the next 8 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, right? But then when you study the data today, you'd find that it's not even in the top five. It's not even in the top five. But you know for sure that with ABSA, if you were to invest in it, you would make a profit in the next couple of months, in a couple of years, right? But for this week, this is what these are the companies. These are the top 5 companies that popped up when I was doing my research. That they closed well, and they have a potential of performing well, right? The first one is Northern Platinum Holdings. Northern Platinum Holding. It closed on 156.3, right? So it went up by 5.87%, right? So now the second one is Sibanye Steel Water, right? Limited. So it closed at 38.66. According to its according to its data and history, it went up by 4.16%. Also, number 3, it's Impala Platinum Holdings. It closed at 165.5, and it went, according to its data, it went up by 4.08%. The fourth one is Anglo American Platinum Limited. It closed at 994.73. and it, according to its data, it went up by 3.6%. And the number five is Nesbus, which closed at 3056.8, which went, according to its data, it went up by 3.35%. So, guys, I want you to understand, okay, it's go do your research. Number one is Northern Platinum Holdings Limited. Second one is Sibanye Stillwater Limited. The third one is Impala Platinum Holdings. The fourth one is Anglo American Platinum Limited. And the fifth one is Nesbus Limited. So, guys, go do your research. Go on their websites. They have websites. Go on their websites. Go on JSE. Go on to SA Shares. You can Google SA Shares website, and they will give you these information so that you can be able to know your best move, your best next move as an investor. Remember, an investor is determined by the knowledge that he has on the stock exchange. So you would have to know some things, some companies, best companies, CEOs, visions, and so forth, so that you can be able to say that, okay, as an investor, I know this particular company might perform well by December. At this point in time, it's not performing well, but every company has its season. So at that particular time, it will perform well. If you look at companies like Mr. Price, during the month, like maybe mid-month, let me put it like that, the company's share price goes down. But when it comes to the end of the month and the beginning of the next month, the share price goes up. So every company has its season. So now you need to be able to, if you're a short-term investor, you need to know that and understand that. If you're a long-term investor, you have to understand that as well, because there are times where the company will go up and the company will go down just a bit and go up. So you don't go timid and start touching your principal. You leave your principal and you keep on investing and pumping money into that. Remember that, as the companies go down, it doesn't necessarily mean that the company will go to liquidation or the company is losing its vision. No, every company has a season. Sometimes the company might perform well and sometimes it might not perform well. So what we would encourage you to do is to keep on investing and diversify your portfolio. Remember what I said. What I said earlier is that, on my previous video, is that when you want to invest in, for instance, gold, right? I want to invest in gold. So what you would do is that you would find an ETF. You would find an ETF that invests in gold, right? And after that, you find another ETF that has different mines that deal with gold, right? And after that, you would look for stock that, like particular companies, maybe 5 companies or something, that work in or deal with gold, right? And that is what we call diversifying your portfolio. In an ETF, remember, it's a big index, right? It's a exchange traded fund, right? So what they do is that they find different funds to invest in. So they would find different funds that deal with gold, that have invested in gold, and they would invest in it, and you invest in them. So that's diversifying your portfolio, so you are sure that you would make money. And now you go to stocks, particular share. You go straight to the company and you buy shares from that company, and you go to an ETF that has particular mines that really work with gold. So what that means is that you are diversifying your portfolio, right, when it comes to gold. And also you can do that when it comes to property and so forth. So when you have property, gold, and so forth, you have diversified your portfolio, right? So that's what we mean when we mean diversify your portfolio. If you want to make a profit in your investments, then diversify your portfolio. You will never be afraid when a particular company is not performing well. You know that you are going to make money somewhere else, and you will be able to grow in your finances somewhere else. So guys, that's me for today. Please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button, make sure that you comment down below. Let's talk and let's grow in our finances. Remember, we are all about financial freedom and financial growth. Enjoy your day.